Okay, so when I was brought out here in a way that I consider to be an evacuation, I started making long-term plans for the preservation of fine artists. And that's because Brooklyn makes artists who are so tall, that if you really let go and live to your fullest potential, you might die. You might die because somebody might kill you. And Kehinde Wiley is one of them. I was at the Kehinde Wiley art opening at the Brooklyn Museum. Beautiful, beautiful, gigantic, a lot better if you brought down the scale. And although it's up to him whether he would use canvas, although he would be limited by the stretcher bars, and if he loses the stretcher bars, he loses his work, I don't think he tried these. Okay, this is a chunky book. This is like what I sent to the Barnes Museum, but was, stolen by the Windsors. This is what I made on the premises of the Walters Art Museum. That is oil pastel and ballpoint pen in 2000. And this I made of somebody on the train walking back. Did I have her sign the back? I think I had her sign the back. Meredith Brower. Yeah, she signed it. Lady on the train. Coming back from the Walters. Yeah, all of this is from the Walters. I think this is when I made the unforgivable mistake of offending somebody from the darkness. This is a sculpture from the Walters Museum. On the same floor as the conservator. I think I ignored somebody who didn't want to be ignored, so she figured she'd take a shot at me, but whatever. I was about my father's business. I've got more important things to do than obsess over you. And I think I'm missing something here. Where's the friar? Where's the friar? There is a missing painting. Rather, a missing drawing. There was a drawing of a friar with a baby. And it is not here. It looks like it's been ripped out. And I know because if you're physically on the premises of the Walters Art Museum, you have to walk past the sculpture of the friar to get to the floor with the conservator's window. So somebody has already ripped a page out of this book. And I was probably standing next to a dumb white girl at the time who did this. A dumb white girl who didn't want to be ignored. All right. Well, that presents a problem because you would have to ask her to make another one. Ballpoint pen and oil pastel. So I was thinking about Kehinde Wiley because he could make oil pastel paintings and drawings on canvas. Here. On paper. Like so. That's a self-portrait. Without any real impact on price if you're running for your life. And that would be the operative phrase, if you're running for your life, because I originally came up with these plans when I was planning for the fall of the United States. Excuse me. And I don't mean that metaphorically. I mean that literally. I was expecting there to be a revolution, or rather a realization that the United States produces better artists than we give ourselves credit for. And very frequently, they are made by brown-skinned artists. And if somebody... The artists are at risk of death if a white person who is a racist is incapable of ripping a page out of your book and taking credit for it, or otherwise taking credit for your intellectual property. So I planned for the United States Navy to keep in its holds of certain warships the supply lists of Kehinde Wiley and I. And that turned out to be a catastrophic system failure because the racists broke into the Navy, slept with the captain, and started giving those art supplies to the children of Guatemalan prostitutes who stowed away. And the captains were corrupted so that the United States would continue to be trapped. We have no water escape. Yeah, I'm not happy about that. And I'm also not happy about Kehinde Wiley's canvas being scrawled on by 2-year-olds. But hey, that's what happens when you've got things the way they are. So, if he wants to continue his scope of practice, it is more cost effective if you are running for your life to keep paper notebooks in which you make your oil pastel paintings and drawings and then trade those. There is no substantial difference in a painting made with oil pastel on paper in a bound book that is in the shape of a ledger compared to a canvas. It's easier to store, it's easier to save, and it's easier to retrieve from water or fire. So Kehinde Wiley can continue to live. Everybody else, God only knows. And I guess if you're from the desert, you're not that worried about a water escape, are you? If you're running from a Windsor, yeah, we need to worry about water escapes.